It is Monday. Rich Lieberman live here on YouTube, the Bay Area Media Pulse, and there's a lot going on. And I'm going to talk about a few things here. Again, forgive me for my very early morning voice and all that. So, haven't had my coffee yet, so bear with me. So, I want to talk about a few headlines, and then I want to get into I don't want to call them rules, but the guidelines that will from now on be apparent and a reality at the 415 Media Outpost here. I'm not going to be very sanctimonious and say that I provide a service. I'll let you decide that. But what I do, talk about a couple of words there, is a daily, with the exception of sometimes weekends, taking breaks like everybody else does, pauses. But I hope to be a Monday through Friday means of communication, reflections, observations, opinion, and that doesn't involve just me, but potentially you. And you guys do a lot of commenting, which is fine. I'm going to broaden that while at the same time limiting the dodo heads, better known as trolls, with a registration policy that will be completely cool within the framework of what you guys expect and what I expect and all that. Okay. So, the news today, of course, has to do with they apprehended the suspect in that gruesome, horrific, chilling double murder, that political assassination in suburban Minneapolis, Minnesota. So we're watching the uh, federal authorities are going to charge this guy with federal charges because many of the charges in Minnesota, frankly, don't fit the crime. So the feds are going after this guy too. So anyway, that's terrible, terrible, terrible political assassination. And I hope to hell I'm wrong, but I don't think I will be. With the tenor in this country right now, with the massive division and the vitriolic nature of the times in which we live, this is not going to be the last. So we have that going on. We have the ongoing situation in Israel with more civilians being killed by Iranian missile strikes. And now Israel, and specifically Prime Minister Netanyahu, warning some residents of Tehran that they're about to face Israeli military strikes, including, I may add, television stations, radio stations, communications conduits within Iran. Lots of developments going on there. And this to a somewhat of a lesser degree. I talked a couple of days ago about Ron Owens, the article in the Chronicle last week, and now the in that article, him asking for more money via a GoFundMe page, and the speculation with good, reasonable thought, although it's not been proven yet. We're not putting anybody on the witness stand, namely me, namely Ron Owens, but the idea that the prevailing thought that perhaps is any of that money that Ron has asked for, again, is it not just going to cover medical expenses, which in and of itself is kind of a mystery, but is some of that money being used to pay now what's apparently two lawyers involved in the case against his daughter, Laura Owens. I'm not going to get into the weeds of that. Most of you already know what is at stake, accusations against Laura Owens and Ron and his wife, Jan Black, once again asking for more money. They've raised almost $130,000 ostensibly for medical costs and other costs that we don't know much about. I've had numerous people have pointed out and asked me, doesn't the union that Ron belonged in, the SAG-AFTRA, don't they cover medical expenses? Don't they get, as part of your retirement, do you not get medical expenses covered? And to my research, I have been told, indeed, you do get medical coverage. And so I don't know, again, the specifics, but I do know that there is a big time amount of thought out there by people who are questioning now where this money is going and what some of that money has been, which has been raised. Where is it going? What is it being used for? Is it perhaps being sent to other things not specified by Ron? And so I said the other day, hey, Ron, come clean. I didn't mean come clean as if he's hiding something. I don't know. But I agree with you folks, and I came to the conclusion the other day. This is serious charges against his daughter. Of course they are. And the speculation with regards to Ron justifies the fact that I said, hey, Ron, there's a way in which you can set the record straight. Now, I haven't spoken to Ron or Jan Black in a couple of months. There's no reason to. I've stayed out of this thing pretty much. I don't want to get in also the weeds of the accusations against Laura Owens. That's been pretty much covered in the press. And if you don't know, well, research it, go on a Google search, and you'll get every ounce of information. What I want to concentrate on here, and I've been sort of accused, if you will, of hiding and not talking about this because there's nothing to talk about until now. Again, with the publication of that article in the Chronicle last week that I found to be really ridiculous, not confronting him with the feeling out there, the prevailing wisdom that he's using the money, some of the money at least, being raised on the GoFundMe page to pay lawyers or pay expenses not associated with his condition, his medical various maladies that confront him. And I thought, let me retrace this. There's nothing for me to hide because I don't know about what's going on other than what you know. And the fact that I was able to speak to Ron, he assured me that the money is not being used in the manner in which has some people thinking. But that was 2 months ago. Now comes news again that he's asking for more funds to cover medical expenses. And it was very vague. But I thought that a lot of you guys giving me the business about, why aren't you talking about this? Well, I spoke about it and I'm continuing to speak about it because I think it's very justified, the skepticism at the very least. And I did, that Ron set the record straight, and Jan, or one or the other, or both. And to tell you all and everybody out there, especially those who have donated and contributed lots and lots of money, almost 130,000. It could be more than that now. I haven't checked. Where is that money going? And is any of that money, has it been used in areas other than what we've been told? For the record, I haven't contributed to that fund. I'm trying to be fair and balanced. And I think I owe it to you, watchers, readers, that yes, there needs to be some kind of an explanations too. So I said, Ron, come out and set the record straight. I have not heard anything since. I hope sometime soon that Ron does the proper thing to erase all of the gossip and the innuendo, some of which may be true. Because I myself am skeptical, and I haven't even contributed. I think most of the people who have contributed lots and lots, some of them thousands of dollars to Ron, deserve that at the very least. So I wanted to touch base on that. And I hope to give you more news as the days, prevail and all that. Okay, finally, on my site, I have not gone to a traditional paywall because I believe it's in the best interest of you guys and others to watch this and be a party to this. But what I have, because I think all those things are important. I enjoy doing this. I love it. I do. I'm not going to play any games with you all. I'm not going to say this, that, or the other and be disingenuous. I would love to continue doing this. But even I love doing this. I can't do this on the kind of costs associated with doing this. So I asked very, very fairly that you contribute, those of you that can, to this site, which goes to me so I can pay the expenses necessary to cover just the basic costs: electronic, internet, cell phone, research, time, to put this out. And I asked for, not demanded, I asked for, I think, a very fair, not a very high amount of money, a simple request: becoming a paid subscriber. And I said $15, not for the month, not for 3 months, the entire year. That's $1 a month, folks. That's what it amounts to, plus $3. So Rich can go out and live and breathe like the rest of you. I am on a very limited budget. I am. And I know a lot of you, even those of you that profess to detest me for whatever reason, and I think I know why, are the first in line to come here and watch. And I invite you. That's great. That's cool. That's what makes this show interesting and provocative. I also stated, and I'm repeating this till I'm blue in the face, what you get here is not influenced by anybody, any company whatsoever. I speak my mind. I speak the truth. I give opinions, of course I do, but I also break stories, and I give you the non-BS crap that these mainstream outlets want you to know. They don't want you to know a lot, but they go out of their way to give you the saccharine version of something sometimes that they feel you have no right to know. I say hogwash, which is why I'm here. And finally, let's face it, this is all amount of entertainment. And I try to be entertaining too. Okay? So you get all that. So I need anywhere from 5 to 10 subscriptions daily. While most people give you donation requests and go on and on and on and don't do anything and don't say anything, I'm going to still give you a show. And I'm going to go on the honor system and hope that most of you who have the means to donate $15 for the year, that paid subscribers and a combination of people who want to contribute, but they don't want to be a subscriber, that's fine too. I get it. If you want to be public about it, that's fine. If you don't want your name used, that's fine too. I wouldn't use your name anyway. The only time I use a name is I've stated. If you contribute, you're going to get, and that's being a paid subscriber, you're going to get insights. You're going to get a couple of coffee mugs down the road. I will give you something that the just absolute least contributors, the people who just come here and don't contribute anything. I'm not bitching and moaning about you guys. Some of you are very justified. You may have limited means. You might be on a fixed income. I get it. Many of you, the majority of you, have the means to contribute $15 for the year. How much, folks, do you pay for cable? Those of you that still have cable. How much do you pay for those streaming outlets like Netflix, like Hulu, like whatever? Some of you pay $1,000 a month, 500, 750, $15 for the year. Yeah, that's a bargain. I don't think I'm trying to be outrageous. Not only that, I'm not outrageous. So I need those funds to operate and, God forbid, break even and just not turn a profit, but be able to survive. And those of you who think that I don't have a right to survive here or wherever, then I'm not forcing you to come here and watch. Really, I'm not. And I don't say that sarcastically. I don't have any axe to grind in that area. What I do have an axe to grind are the individuals and the people out there who have pretty little bookcases behind them and talk a lot of you know what and give you Dullsville in addition to non-information and give you a very, very benign view of the world in which we live in. I concentrate on media. I concentrate on coverage of various events. I talk about various personalities and mere people who do whatever they do regarding TV, radio, internet sites, newspapers. And I try to give you a fair, but yes, very partisan observation on my end. I give an opinion. But a lot of times I will also give you scoops, entertainment, information, etc., etc., etc. I need that basic amount of money to survive. Because I was thinking about it wasn't in the offing to keep doing this, but I love doing it. And I got a lot of emails from a lot of you saying, please figure out a way to keep it going. Well, this is how I need to keep it going. Your contributions. I can assure you and promise you that every day you come here, you will get something you didn't know prior to when you're watching. And also, I promise you to give you the best that I got. And some days are not going to be like that. There are going to be other days which I promise you, you will get everything out of me. But beyond that, you will get some surprises and things that you didn't know, including scoops and information, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. All right. How do you contribute? Go up on my Google page, which is available on your laptop, your desktop, computer. There is a PayPal site, an icon. Just click on that PayPal. It'll take you directly to where you could contribute. And I take all credit cards, cash, everything. Your PayPal, my PayPal, is 100% safe and secure. You don't have to have an account on PayPal to contribute, to donate. And I can assure you, I want to repeat this. If you don't want to be acknowledged, tell me. I won't acknowledge you. I will not email you back or call you saying thanks, even though I want to say thanks to all of you. And you know who you are. People like Jeff Cox, people like Donald Wong, people like Jim Arce, Stephanie Abrams, people like that. I've left out a whole bunch of people who not only have contributed, but they always come back and contribute more. My lifeblood is you guys. And yes, having a cup of coffee, going out and being able to buy a few bottled waters while I do this, that's my goal. I'm not going to the French Riviera or Paris or Vegas anytime soon. I do this, folks, because I enjoy it. And I enjoy giving you information. I know a lot of you don't agree with me sometimes when I opine. That's fine. I encourage dissent. If you have a different opinion, of course, I want you to give me your opinion. Don't get smarly or gnarly. Don't get goofy. Don't act like an idiot and you're all in. Eventually, I've reminded many people there will be a registration system for people who want to make remarks. It's basically a way in which to get rid of the trolls because they don't exist or they won't exist. Finally, what was I going to say? Um, you can begin donating now and becoming a paid subscriber. Now, if you don't want to be a subscriber, I don't know what to do. I really don't. I'm not going to have a means to which stopping you from coming here. Oh, I don't get paid on clicks. And I don't know where these ads that have popped up on Google have arisen from. I really don't. So I'll try to get to the bottom of that because I ain't getting paid a dime off those things. The money goes to help me maintain this site and, God forbid, have a little bit of money left over so I could buy a Snickers bar and a cup of coffee, something like that. No, not exactly Snickers, but you know what I mean. Thank you all for coming here and making me a part of your daily life. I hope, health permitting and willing, to give you again the best that I got and make it, please, absolute first and foremost, your first visit on the net to watch me give you the news, information, opinions that you're not going to get anywhere else because nobody does what I do in the Bay Area. And I'm going to be concentrating not just on the Bay Area, but national and international. Hey, thanks for watching. I will be back later today with some more news, and you can start contributing now. Thanks.